Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. Today's going to be a little bit different. I'm doing a Q&A by myself, and this is going to be a first-time dad, first-time stepdad Q&A, and I asked you guys on Instagram to bombard me with questions about being a first-time dad. How does it feel to be a first-time dad or a first-time stepdad as well? So we're going to go ahead and jump right on into this and see what we can get into. My biggest learning experience has been that every kid is different. All of them have a unique personality. Like with Harlow, for example, she likes to color, she likes to play with dolls. Nolan wants to be outside with me, and then so if anything like that, I'm going outside, I'm like, hey bud, let's go outside, let's do some things. With Aria, she just wants to be involved. She just wants to do the things that we're doing, even though it could be like the smallest things from coloring or going outside and playing. Normally I let Aria go outside and pretty much play by herself as long as I'm right there watching her. She can ride her scooter all day, she can do whatever she wants within reason with me watching her. With Scarlett, it has been very hard for me to find things for her to do because she's still a baby. So for now, what I'm doing is trying to give her attention by holding her, loving on her, playing with toys with her to try to get that interaction level with her. So definitely all of those things with the kids having their own personalities, but also is being very patient with the kids and learning their ways of communication. This is a really good question. What was your biggest fear about taking care of kids that aren't biologically yours? So my biggest fear has been, am I doing it right? Am I giving them enough attention? Am I being patient enough? Am I being kind enough and loving enough? And I feel like so far I've done a really good job of doing all of those things for the kids, but it's still in the back of my head. It's am I doing a good job? Are you worried that your stepkids are jealous over Scarlett having priority? So I do not feel like Scarlett has a priority. Yes, she is my biological daughter, but I do treat and love the kids as if they were all mine, and I do give them all the same amount of attention, even though Scarlett does require more attention now that she is a baby. But in the aspect of playing and being around each other, I give everybody the same attention, and I do so much for the kids, taking them outside, letting them play, working on projects with me, and just taking them out and doing one-on-one time with them. Are there any boundaries you have as the stepdad? Example, would you take Nolan to the doctor if Brittany couldn't? If I am off work and Brittany is unable to take Nolan to the doctor or take any of the kids to the doctor, yes, I would be happy to take the kids to the doctor, and I do not think that that would be an issue. How do y'all keep y'all's house so clean? I have 3 kids and I feel like I'm constantly cleaning. We constantly clean all the time. Every day Brittany is vacuuming or I'm vacuuming, doing laundry, picking kids' toys up, but also in the same sense, we do have people come and help clean our house every couple of weeks, which only thing they do is the showers and the toilets and stuff. But other than that, it is me and Brittany cleaning 24/7. Do you feel overwhelmed with 4 kids? Absolutely. In the sense of there's so much going on, there's so much attention going around, you need to make sure everybody's getting the same amount of attention, doing activities. So in the sense of, yes, it is overwhelming because all of that, but it's easy to overcome. What has been the hardest part of being a first-time dad to Scarlett? The hardest part for me is that I am gone for 24 hours every 3 days. And that to me takes up a lot of time. Now I know I get to spend a lot of time with her when I am at home because a lot of people do work 8 to 5 jobs. But that is still 24 hours every 3 days that I'm not with her. And I feel like I'm going to miss so much being away from home with that 24-hour schedule. How did you feel during pregnancy? So during Brittany's pregnancy, I felt pretty good. I was extremely nervous throughout the whole thing, and up until Scarlett was born, I still was nervous. I was a nervous wreck because I didn't feel like I was prepared enough, even though I had the 3 kids all under my wing for a little while. I still didn't feel like I was ready to have a newborn baby in my arms that she was my responsibility and I had to take care of her. During the whole pregnancy, I was a nervous wreck, but I was also happy the whole time. because I knew the end result was going to be Brittany and I had a beautiful daughter. Okay, so this is a good question, and normally I tend to stay away from questions like this, but I know there's a bunch of them on here. How is your relationship between you and their real dad of the three? Do you get along? There have been things where we don't get along, but it has been more or less we do get along. We do see eye to eye on a lot of things, a lot more things than none. So I would say it's not really a relationship. It's more of an understanding between each other about raising the kids and what is best for the kids. How did you feel when you first became a stepdad? So when Brittany and I got married, I kind of knew that I was going to be stepping into a stepdad role or a first-time stepdad role, and I never would have thought the feelings that I had for the kids were going to make me so nervous. Because, like I said in the earlier questions, I was extremely happy to be with Brittany. I was extremely blessed to be with Brittany, but I also knew that she had 3 little ones that we had to take care of, and that they needed just as much love and attention as she did. So when I first become a stepdad, I was super nervous about doing the right things. Am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? Do I need to step up more? Do I need to kind of take a step back and let Brittany do more? It was a lot of adjusting and a lot of trial and error for me at first about things to do, what not to do, which I guess that just comes along with coming into a situation where you're going to be a step parent. Did you ever worry that the kids wouldn't bond to you? You're doing such a great job, by the way, so thank you for that. But yes, I did worry there for a long time that the kids wouldn't have a bond with me, because they do have a dad. I'm just their stepdad. I'm their bonus dad. But they love their dad a lot, obviously. And I was worried at first, but then when I started doing individual activities with them, like I take Nolan golfing, I take Harlow outside to play, and then I take Aria out and I'll sit in there and play dolls with her, or we'll make bracelets. That has started to help bond all 3 of the kids to me in a different way. So they love each other in their own way, and I completely understand that. Did you ever have second thoughts since Brittany already had 3 kids? No, I never had any second thoughts with Brittany having 3 kids. I knew I loved her. I knew that I wanted to be with her, and I knew what I was walking into. So I knew what was going on, and I was willing to accept all that. I wouldn't change any of this for anything. This has been amazing for me. It's changed my life in so many ways outside of having 3 amazing kids and 1 biological daughter. It's just been amazing. Do you think you have changed since becoming a stepdad and first-time dad? Absolutely. So I have taken a lot more steps back and not being so gung-ho about doing things. I'll more or less look at it like, okay, I have a family. What should my family be doing, or what should I be doing with my family? I look at more of a family picture instead of more of an I picture, or just a me picture. How many more kids do you want? So Brittany and I have agreed on having just 1 more, but that is going to be at least 5 years. We want to enjoy the time that we have now with the kids, and even if in 5 years we're still enjoying what we're doing with the kids, we might wait just a little while longer, or it could be a little sooner. It just depends on where we are as a family and where we are financially to be able to raise another little one. Ooh, somebody asked, have I been pooped or peed on? Yes, I have. Scarlett's done both to me. What were your thoughts when you first got to hold your baby girl? Honestly, it was a whirlwind of emotions, because I was happy, I was crying, I didn't know what to think. But all I knew in that moment is I loved her more than anything in this world. What is one thing you love the most about each of your stepkids? I will start with Nolan first. Nolan has the kindest, gentlest heart ever, and I love that so much about him. Aria, how independent she is, and how she will do things for herself without wanting anybody's help until she absolutely needs it. My favorite thing about Harlow is how carefree and how just genuinely happy she is. Yes, I know she's a 2-year-old. Yes, she's going to be happy, but she can make anybody's day that is just having a bad day, she can make it 10 times better with just her attitude and her positivity. How do you go about disciplining your stepchildren? This is also a very tricky question because there are like boundaries set between me and Brittany on what to do and what not to do. Our discipline actions are varies. It is like warnings, timeouts, taking stuff away, being like taking the iPad away or taking outside privileges away. But as in like that aspect of it, me and Brittany sat down and we set out a rule, like basically a rule for us to do is like we go through warnings, we go through timeout, and then we go through like taking stuff away from the kids. When Scarlett gets older, would you tell her that the kids are step siblings? Yes, because Brittany and I both are very open and honest people. So when Scarlett gets old enough to understand like all of what's going on, yes, she will know. Like Arya knows. Do you feel like you might sometimes overstep something as a stepdad? Yes and no. Yes, in the sense of sometimes I do feel like I tend to take things upon myself, but no is in the same sense as like there still has to be some sort of respect in the household. And even though you might be a stepdad or stepmom, there still has to be rules and you still have to have discipline in your household. I do feel like sometimes I might overstep, like me being a stepdad, but that's just part of the process of learning how to be a step parent and learning boundaries for the kids as well. Because the kids will test you. Trust me, they will test you a lot. And a lot of it is them figuring you out and a lot of it is you figuring them out. Don't ever feel like you're doing too much, because then you could also be getting walked over at the same time. Generally speaking, are you scared you will love Scarlett more? Yes, I am, just because she is my biological daughter. Like, don't get me wrong, I love all of the kids to death, but sometimes I am scared that I'm going to love Scarlett more and be a little more lenient towards Scarlett, but that's where I have to take a step back and kind of reel myself in and say, I set these boundaries for the 3 other kids. Scarlett needs to follow the same ones. And that's going to be something that I'm going to work hard on whenever she gets old enough. Do you and Brittany get along time? So at night between like 12, or at night between 10 and 12 is when Brittany pretty much, like me and Brittany have our alone time. Which I know that might not seem like much, but like throughout the day, it's like constantly getting the kids stuff. We're taking them places. We're doing stuff. We're out on the road. And even on the weekends that we don't have the kids, it's like me and Brittany are constantly still like catching up at work. Yes, on the weekends we do have some time to spend with each other, but most of the time it's at night. Brittany and I will sit down and watch a movie at night, or we'll watch our favorite show. But at night is when Brittany and I get alone time, and honestly, it's not that much. I wish I could get a more alone time with her. So do the kids call you dad or stepdad, or just Frank? They call me Frank. Except Harlow is still too young to understand, but she is starting to turn around and start saying Frank more, which Brittany and I have started working on her with that. So do you consider the kids like your own? Even though they do have a dad, I am still in their lives every day. I am still here every day. I am with them every day. So yes, I do think that they are still part of my family, like Brittany and I's family. It's very sweet. Somebody said, it's clear that Nolan has a good bond with you. What does that mean to you? It means the world to me. I understand what's going on with him medically, so like right now I want to give him the most out of everything. I want to take him golfing, I want to take him fishing, I want to take him to do things. So with him having such a relationship with me now, it really encouraged me to do more for him. The last one, what is your favorite part about being a dad? Everything. I love changing diapers, I love holding Scarlett, I love just coming home and seeing her smile when I get home from work. That is probably the most beautiful, loving things that I will ever see. Is like when I come through and I like sit down beside her, she looks at me and she's smiling. That is one of my favorite parts about being a dad. It's like all of that, and then just having that bond with my with my family. Like there's nothing in the world that compares. So that is it with the questions. I don't know how many I answered, but there was like, I mean, honestly, if you guys can see, there was tons of questions, but I can only do so much in this video. But just like that, this video is over. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. See you in our next video.